No hospitals, no vaccines, no formula, no pediatricians, and yet the human species survived. And the fact that you're here today is living proof of that survival. So, how did ancient humans keep their babies alive with no modern help at all? The answer is far more complex than you'd think, because the first few years after birth were among the most dangerous moments in human history. By the end of this video, you'll learn where some of the instincts you still carry today actually come from. Giving birth was the most dangerous moment in the ancient world for both mother and baby. There was no sterile room, no surgery, no emergency C-section. Birth usually happened surrounded by other women, mothers, aunts, experienced elder women. Anthropologists call it a kind of midwife instinct, a behavior that evolved so a human woman would never be alone during birth. Because a human baby's head is incredibly large relative to the birth canal. That's why human birth is unlike that of any other primate, hard, long, and dangerous. And that's exactly why no ancient woman ever had to do it alone. After birth, the second danger began: feeding. There was no formula. Even clean water wasn't always safe. But nature offered one solution: breast milk. Sterile, always the right temperature, packed with antibodies that strengthen a baby's immune system. Ancient human babies were typically breastfed until somewhere between 2 and 4 years old. And it wasn't just about feeding. Nursing was also a natural birth spacer, protecting the mother from getting pregnant again too soon and keeping resources focused on the living child. So every long nursing period was actually a silent survival strategy. But a single mother couldn't keep a baby alive alone. Anthropologists today call it alloparenting, care shared by many people beyond the mother. Aunts, older sisters, neighbors, even adults with no blood relation cared for babies, carried them, watched over them. In some hunter-gatherer societies, a baby was held by an average of 12 different people in its first year of life. So when a mother got tired, got sick, or went out to forage, the baby was never left alone. It takes a village to raise a child isn't just a saying. It's a survival strategy hundreds of thousands of years old. Within that village, one person raised a child's odds of survival more than anyone else: the grandmother. Human women are one of the very few mammals on Earth who keep living for decades after their reproductive years end. Scientists call this the grandmother hypothesis. Research shows that a child with a grandmother nearby had a significantly higher chance of survival, because grandmothers gathered food, cared for babies, and passed knowledge on to young mothers: which plant is poisonous, which fire is dangerous, which sound belongs to a predator. Maybe the reason you're here today is a grandmother who never stopped working thousands of years ago. But despite all this effort, reality was brutal. According to researchers, about half of the children born into ancient societies died before they even reached adolescence. Disease, hunger, cold, predators, danger was everywhere. So ancient humans developed their own ways of coping with loss. Births often followed one another closely, and names were sometimes only given once a baby passed a certain age. This wasn't a lack of love. Quite the opposite. It was a deeply human way of protecting against unbearable pain. And every child who survived was a battle won in that silent war. A modern baby often lies alone in a crib, a stroller, or a playpen. An ancient human baby was almost never left alone. Mothers wrapped them in leather slings and carried them on their bodies all day, while foraging, while walking, even while sleeping. This constant contact wasn't random. It regulated the baby's heartbeat, reduced crying, and protected it from cold and predators. At night, too, the baby slept right beside its parents, what we call co-sleeping. Today was the only option back then, because a baby left alone in the ancient world lost a serious share of its chance to survive. Here's where it gets interesting. Those instincts never went away. Did you know your heart rate automatically spikes when a baby cries? That's a tens of thousands of years old alarm system. The urge you feel to rock a baby the moment you hold it isn't a coincidence. It's a reflex inherited from ancestors who calmed babies by carrying them. Even a newborn's grip reflex, strong enough to cling to something the moment it's born, may be a leftover from once clinging to its mother's fur. Even in a modern world of formula, cribs, and strollers, your body is still calibrated for that ancient life. Having a child today is still hard. But now there are hospitals, vaccines, formula. Still, ancient humans taught us one thing: no child was ever raised by a single person. Every one of them survived on a mother's milk, a grandmother's knowledge, a tribe's watchful eyes, and the touch of countless hands. You are the last link in that chain, a silent but stubborn chain of survival that has never broken for thousands of years. And maybe this is the oldest lesson in modern parenting: raising a child alone was never natural. It always took a village.